Welcome back to Kamikaze Overdrive NFL predictions for week number 10. Week number 9 was not so fine. I went 5-7-1 overall. It was a little disappointing in the fact that at one point I had 6 wins and 2 losses in the 1 o'clock game, and it just slipped away as the games got close to the end, and I ended up with a losing record at the 1 o'clock games. But KO lockdowns, I did go 2-1. I had Indianapolis and Green Bay. They got the job done. Houston unable to, but I'll take 2-1 and hopefully continue to have success there. Winning percentage standings, I'm 48, 63, and 3. I'm clicking at 421 percentage-wise. TSN.ca's Chris Schultz sitting at 442. He's in second. Leapfrogged me last week. And PrePriscoSportsline.com 446 sitting in first. Everybody's pushing towards 500. I need to pick up my socks or pull up my socks a little bit and get back with them. And as always, my videos are associated with SportsInteraction.com. Get your free money by signing up today. Click on the link in the description below and follow the instructions from there. And let's get to the lessons learned. First, fan picks, Poker God 420, good week last week. Everybody posted he certainly had a good week. His picks paid off, so congratulations, are well deserved. Anybody else, continue posting, please. If you have a good week and I see you posted ahead of time, I certainly will mention you the following week. And thank you again for those people who push the thumbs up button. It helps promote my videos, and I appreciate it very much. Please continue to do so. Good starts and bad endings. You look at Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Kansas City. All started off very well for me. Atlanta was doing a number on Tampa Bay. Miami was holding their own against Baltimore in a tight game, and with the spread, we're right in it. Houston was beating San Diego and looked to have that game in the bag. And Kansas City was doing quite well against Oakland as well, none of which got the job done. So take those 4 games, flip them around, and I'm very much in it. Gut feeling, just got to go with it. Sometimes you get that gut feeling and you just say, well, maybe I should play it. I really had a feeling Cleveland was going to be all kinds of trouble for New England last week, but the statistics said otherwise. I went with the stats. I pushed New England, and Cleveland ran over them. So what can you say there? But so I might go with my gut feeling a little bit more this week. We'll see how that turns out. And Jacksonville Jaguars, 3 in a row. Yes, they were on a bye last week. The previous 2 weeks I got them right, predicting them to get smoked by Kansas City and then turn around and beat Dallas. Let's see if we can go 4 this week. We'll see how it turns out. They're facing off with the Texans. And let's get into it. Week number 10. Here come those picks. First and foremost, Thursday night, tomorrow night, we get a big game. The Atlanta Falcons hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Very good game. 2 very good young quarterbacks, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco. I'm taking the Ravens here at +1. I think it's going to be a tight knockdown game. The question is, can Atlanta run against the Baltimore defense? We'll see how it goes. I'm going to think Baltimore is going to come up with a W here. And so I'm going to take the Ravens. They're just a little bit better of a team. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home against the Carolina Panthers. Here's a gut feeling game. For some reason, this is one of those games I think Carolina is going to show up in this one. And I don't think they're going to win. I think it'll be within 7, though. I think Tampa Bay will win the game, but not win it as handily as many people expect. So I'll take Carolina here at +7. My Indianapolis Colts came up so close. Came up just a little bit short against the Philadelphia Eagles last week. A lot of injuries. Austin Collie expected to be back this week, or rumored to be back this week again. So hopefully, health-wise he's okay, playing-wise he's okay. We'll see how that goes. Taking on Cincinnati, they're in Indianapolis. I think the Colts passing offense will just rip up Cincinnati. Cincinnati on the short turnaround after the Monday nighter, a tough loss against Pittsburgh, and now they're going on the road. I think the Colts will light them up. So I think Indianapolis wins this game by 10 easy. Buffalo Bills at home against the Detroit Lions. 2 teams that are not very good. Buffalo, and were they 0-7 now? 0-8. Yeah, 0-8. So I'm going to take Buffalo here. I think this is a perfect position for them to get their first win of the season. They're at home. The weather could be a little bit off this weekend. They're taking on a Lions team that, plays much better at home. Are coming off a tough loss against the Jets. Lost their quarterback last week, so Sean Hill will be back in. And I think Buffalo gets their first win in this one. Now we head to Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home against the Houston Texans. Jaguars are coming off a bye. These are 2 bad defensive teams. I'm going to go with the home team. I think Jacksonville gets the job done here. It's going to be tight, so I'll take the Jaguars to win a field goal game. The spread's only 1.5. They are the favorites, so I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars here against the Houston Texans. I just don't think Houston is they're an okay team. They've definitely shown signs of improvement, but they still got a long way to go, and this is one of those games I think Jacksonville will show up in. Chicago Bears at home against the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are a home dog. The Vikings are a 1-point road favorite. Minnesota saved their season last week against the Cardinals with the late rally. I think they continue to make a push towards getting back in the race. Chicago's coming off the trip to Toronto in which they barely beat the Bills by 3. Now they're home against the Vikings team who's rolling a little bit. And one thing I remember seeing Jake Cutler just absolutely run over by Seattle. Previously, the Toronto game, Chicago had 2 straight home games, lost them both. And Cutler, they did not protect him very well. And I look for Jared Allen to get after the quarterback in this game. So I think Minnesota is going to have great success in this one. I think they beat the Bears handily. So I think the Vikings and Brett Favre to keep things moving in the right direction. Now we move to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are at home against the New York Jets. And right now the Browns have a road victory over the New Orleans Saints, a home destruction of the New England Patriots, and now the Jets come to town. This is back-to-back road games for the Jets. A tough, grueling overtime game against Detroit. Cleveland, I think, is starting to show they are for real. People are taking them serious. I'm going to take them serious. I'm going to take the Browns here. I think they actually win this game because New York very much, nearly lost to Detroit. Should have lost to Detroit. The Lions just couldn't close it out. I think the Browns will close it out. They'll capitalize on some of the Jets' mistakes. And I look for Cleveland to win this game straight up. It's my pick there. It's a gut feeling. I'm going with it. Miami Dolphins at home against Randy Moss and the Tennessee Titans. Miami has yet to win a game at home this year. I think it's a great opportunity. Chad Pennington is expected to start this game. I think he comes out and has a heck of a game against Tennessee. Tennessee, I believe, is coming off the bye. So I'm going to take Miami here to win their first game of the year at home. Again, another low spread. Very interesting. Up next, the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Denver Broncos. Back-to-back road games for Kansas City, back-to-back divisional games. I cannot see the team who's first in that division losing back-to-back divisional matchups, even though they were both on the road. They should have beat Oakland last week. Denver struggles defending against the run. Their defense is very weak. I think Kansas City comes into Denver and absolutely spanks them. So take Kansas City here. They're only a 1-point favorite. I think it's going to be a blowout, to be honest with you. New York Giants at home against the Dallas Cowboys. This is a gut feeling beyond anything else. Dallas fired their coach. In professional sports, a lot of times this holds true. When a team fires their coach, the players, it's a wake-up call to the players, and they just come out and they play better. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Giants because the New York Giants are looking very good right now and looking like a team that could really make some noise this year in the NFL. But I think Dallas can keep it within 14 points. I think they will come out and they will play a good game. Kitten has been in for a couple weeks now, could have things rolling. They did get spanked in Green Bay. This is their second consecutive road game. Everything is telling me that Dallas is going to get lit up here. I'm still going to go with the Giants still going to go with the Cowboys on this one to lose by 13, hopefully, or less. But I don't think they'll win the game. But I think they'll be competitive. This is probably one of their bigger games they have left because they're not going anywhere at this stage of the game. So coming into New York playing spoiler with a new coach might be all they've got to play for. Now the next two games, very big division-wise. Arizona Cardinals at home, 3-point favorites against Seattle. Seattle without Matt Hasselbeck. They struggle on the road. They got smoked last week at home by the Giants. That's a team that's up and down, hard to figure out. I think they're a bad road team against a team that plays better at home, the Arizona Cardinals. I think Arizona will have success this week, and I think they win this game by at least a field goal, maybe more. So I'm going to take the Cardinals here in this one. Now we go to the St. Louis Rams visiting the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are 6-point home favorites. These teams are both coming off byes. I'm going to go with St. Louis. I think this is a field goal game at best. I think the Rams can win this game absolutely no problem against San Francisco. They have an opportunity here with Arizona and Seattle losing last week. They got to sit back and watch that. Now, one of Seattle, Arizona loses, and if they win, San Francisco obviously loses. Huge opportunity for the Rams to jump into the division race. And I think Sam Bradford and the boys will get the job done. Expect the Rams to win this game, and if not, at least keep it within 6. Now we move to the Sunday nighter, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New England Patriots. Very good game here, potentially an AFC final. You never know. Steelers are 4.5-point favorites at home. Quick turnaround. They went to Cincinnati on the Monday nighter, squeaked out a win against Cincinnati, the game that got very close at the end. Now they head home to face New England. I think they win this one. New England's playing 2 road games in a row. Took on Cleveland last week. Cleveland had great success. I think Pittsburgh can duplicate that success. I think Pittsburgh can win this game. I think it's not going to be nearly as good a game as everybody expects. I think the Steelers are going to win this one going away. So take the Steelers to win this game by 4.5 points. And the Monday nighter, Washington Redskins, Philadelphia Eagles. Part of this is a gut feeling. Redskins, Eagles. We've already seen McNabb face off with the Eagles once. It was in Washington, was on the road in Philadelphia, and Washington got the win. And I took the Redskins to get the win in that one. And now it's the other way around. I think this will be one of those series where the road team has success both times. The Eagles are playing very well. They looked good last week in Indianapolis, or taking on Indianapolis. I think they show up again here. They continue their push and to kind of, grab some attention and say, hey, don't forget us in the NFC. So I'm going to take the Eagles here to win this game. I bet better than a field goal with the Redskins. Kind of push Washington down. McNabb's been struggling a little bit, a lot of controversy, and I think that's weighing on his mind even more than facing the Eagles is. So I expect Philadelphia to come out and have a great game and pick up the W. Vic looked very good last week, and I think he will continue to have success. So those are my picks for week number 10, some gut feelings. Checked out some of those crazy trend stats where they're, for instance, the Atlanta Falcons are 16-2 and Matt Ryan eats pancakes for his game day breakfast, stuff like that, Not exactly that crazy, but you know what I'm talking about. So I went with some of those. I'm not going to get into them, but that's what some of my picks are based on. So we'll see how that works out. Always looking for new ways to improve my picking. And finally, my conclusion. KO lockdowns this week. I'm taking Kansas City to roll over Denver. I think that's a lock. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals at home against Seattle. Seattle doesn't travel well. I think that's a lock. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh at home against New England. That's a lock. I think Pittsburgh's going to beat up on New England. So we'll see. A 3-0 would look very good if I could push my above record in the KO lockdowns to 5-1 in the first 2 weeks of its existence. That would be nice. As you notice, I'm not doing the small scroll bar here, just as Kamikaze Overdrive NFL Week 10 predictions. That part in itself seems to takes absolutely forever to do. It takes as long as doing every other part of this video. So I've cut that out because the early game's now on Thursday. A lot of UFC videos coming up, and we'll see how that goes. And please check out my UFC 122 video. It is up. I'm running the events this weekend. I went 6-1 on my last card. I'm very confident going into this card. We'll see how I do. Make some money. You can make a lot of money off UFC betting. Sign up with Sports Interaction. That's how I got into Sports Interaction, was betting online with the UFC. You can make a lot of cash. So come follow my picks. I've been very successful there. I'm 25-13 so far this year, 14-4 over the last 3 events. And as I said, sportsinteraction.com, become affiliated, sign up. You can sign up for the MMA side or you can sign up for the NFL side. You get the same bonus either way. Whatever cash you put in, they double it up to $125. So you put $125 in, they will put $125 and you'll have $250 in your account and you can do what you want with it. And week number 10, let's get it on.